Hello everybody, hope you're well. This video is all about this Ecoflow Delta 2 Max. And I wasn't going to do this video today because we've got a power cut, and then I thought, what a perfect day to do a video about the Delta 2 Max. I've got a couple of bits of metal that I need to weld together, and it's worth mentioning that these we buy for our camper vans and our motorhomes, but they're a great backup for home as well. We live in middle of the North York Moors on top of a hill, and we've had some really interesting weather recently, as we get every year, and the power keeps going off. Overhead cables, trees probably hit something or something shorted off, so the power's gone off. So these are a great backup, and we'll actually run things like a welding plant as well as all the things in the camper van. And as part of this video, I'm not giving away the Delta 2 Max, which has been well used, and I'll put a couple of clips up above throughout this video where this has been used on a farm for clipping, shearing sheep, and we've done a couple of other videos about this as well. But I'm going to give away the actual alternator charger unit to charge this Delta 2 Max and some of the other Ecoflow products. So I'll just show you some demonstrations of how much power this can actually give out and use for off-grid. Then we'll go in the camper van, we'll talk about getting rid of gas and using electric appliances, and how that's possible with a unit this size if you have an alternator charger. So stay watching. So all I'm doing today is I'm welding this on here. It's not for me, it's for a neighbour. It's a bracket for something they're doing. But this is galvanised, which is actually poisonous when you weld it. That's why I'm doing it outside. And this is really rusty. So living up here, if you get a power cut, everything can stop really. So having a power unit like this is just so useful. And people don't understand how much power these units give out. To be able to weld from this is excellent. There we go. Clagged together. Not the prettiest, but it'll do the job. And I won't be able to do that if I didn't have a power pack. Not the prettiest weld in the world, but that's not going to come off. So as a backup in the workshop, it's ideal. As I say, the power's off on the moment, so my upside down chandelier doesn't work, but I have these LED lights that are on a 3-pin plug, and I have this videoing light that I've been using, and that enables me to continue to work on the old Triumph, which is a winter project, but it's nearly finished. If you've seen a couple of videos recently, I've changed the seat on it. I've gone for the single seat on that. But having this and the amount of power that comes out of this is ideal for carrying on doing things as normal. So this will happily power all the lights. It'll power, as you've seen, my grinder, a proper angle grinder, and it'll power the welding plant as well. So everything I need I can get out of this, and it'll last long enough. So it'll tell you on the front there how much power is going out, how long it'll last, and if it was charging, it'd show you how much power that was going in. So these are so versatile in relation to backup power for off-grid. So I could have this workshop completely off-grid. I could put a solar array on the roof, and in summer I would get enough power to keep this going and run my workshop off it. As it is, I use this as a backup, charge it in the house or charge it in the camper van, and then bring it out to wherever we need it. And I'll show you in a bit. We have a transfer switch in the house that enables us to plug into this to run everything in the cottage as well, because living in the remote places as we do get lots of power cuts. I like it that it's got 4 sockets on the back as well, so you're not having to unplug and replug things in. So at the moment I'm running the lights and I'm charging a number of batteries down there, but I may charge the Bluetooth speaker or use a power tool as I'm working along. Or this. These are brilliant. This is an oil-filled radiator, and there's enough heat that comes out of that to warm this full garage, this full shed. And I actually clip spanners to it. That's how sad I am. I can clip spanners to it like that to warm my spanners up when it's a really cold day. But that's also an excellent piece of kit to warm up a campervan or a motorhome, or even a yacht or a boat. It doesn't use a lot of power, but it's a damn sight quieter and a better type of heat for using on a night, and you can run that off this unit. So I've got the radiator plugged in now for a bit of heat. Lights on there if you can see it. And I've got the lights on and charging the batteries and everything, and we're using about 567 watts. But this has the thermostat in it as well, so it'll click on and off, and you can adjust the heat. So when I have this in the camper van, we'll get the van warm with a diesel heater, and then we'll set this to full, get this up to temperature, and then we'll back it off, and that just gives like a radiated heat in the actual camper van overnight, which is really nice. Or if we need to leave the dogs in there as well, it's a better heat for that. And of course, with the Delta 2 Max, you have the opportunity to put backup batteries in as well. So what I say to people when they're saying I'm thinking of buying a power unit, I'll say buy one from a reputable company that has a long guarantee, and buy the biggest one you think you're going to need by working out what wattage you're going to use, and then see if you can get one like this that has the expandable battery options on the side. And these are what you are used, one of these will be used for the alternator charger that I'm going to give away as part of this video. But let's pop into the camper van and into the cottage. I'll show you the transfer switch. You might have seen it before because I show it in a lot of my videos. The transfer switch in the cottage to enable us to run from mains power or into an auxiliary power like this. And we'll go into the camper van and we'll talk about electric cooking appliances and the potential for getting rid of gas. And they're getting rid of gas because you can charge this so quick now, even during the night, from your engine using the alternator charger that I'm going to give away. There's them two Whippets staying warm. Spout rotten as usual. So in our house we have this transfer switch down here. They're not expensive, but this basically takes the outside mains into this through a transfer switch and then back up to the household fuse box. And it also has a cable out, a 60 amp cable that comes out of this that can plug into a power unit. And then everything is run from your normal house electrics, which is a really good way of doing it. You'd need an electrician to fit this, and they're at about £100 I think to buy these switches. So this is able to run everything we need within reason within the cottage when we're off grid. So the power's off at the moment, so nothing's running in the house. Switch this over from the mains to the generator, and if you look on here now, it's just starting up, so the central heating will be coming on and it'll power any lights or anything else. So we've got the house lights on, the TV on and anything else, and it all runs off that. And we tend to use low wattage appliances. The number on the left hand side will say how long it'll run for. So as we're running at the moment, that will give us about 12 hours, 13 hours. And if we use any electrical appliances, obviously we only use those for a short period of time. But what we tend to do is that if we get a power cut, we'll just switch over to this. The power's not off for a long period of time, usually, and then we can use everything we want to use and then switch back over to the mains. We have a multi-fuel stove as well, so we can get heating from that. But having that switch into the Ecoflow Delta 2 Max, and being the size it is, it's big enough to carry around. We could put expandable batteries in if we want more volume of power. So the power would last longer if we put the backup batteries in, but there's enough in the inverter in that Ecoflow Delta 2 Max to do everything we need to do and still be able to move it around. And having it through that transfer switch, just like your own mains power, you have to be slightly conscious that you're not using too much power at the same time, so you're not going to put lots of electrical appliances on at the same time and manage it that way. But what we also do as well, if it happens on a night, everywhere, we live in the dark skies area anyhow, and everywhere's dark, and we switch over to that and put all the lights on and open the curtains, and everywhere else is in darkness and we've got our lights on and everything. Nobody's ever said anything, but people must think, how's he doing that? And it's all because of an Ecoflow product like that. Here we are in the camper van, and all these appliances are low wattage. Electric hob, toaster, hot pan, great for warming soups up and beans and cooking anything, you'd normally put a pan on a hot ring. You just do it in that, you just plug the pan in. Kettle, nothing better in the morning by flicking a switch on a kettle, popping your toast in the toaster, no need for gas whatsoever. Sandwich maker, and we even have a pizza oven. And of course, one of the most useful things, an air fryer. And all them can be run individually, and a couple of them can be run at the same time off this unit. So the unit comes with a 5-year guarantee, and it's a LiFePO battery, and that means that you can charge it and discharge it almost every day for 10 years before the capacity drops to 80%. Still usable after that. It's just the amount of power that it will store to give out is 80% of the capacity as at the moment. Great display, nice and easy, tells you everything you need to know, how long it's going to last, what the percentage of power is, how much is going in and how much is going out. It can be linked to the internet, and it also can be linked to Bluetooth to an app, so you can control it on your phone. USBs on the front, USB-A, USB-A fast charge, and 2 USB-C 100 watts. On and off button on there, and these to switch the USBs on. Power inputs at the back there for your cigarette lighter socket, your solar and your mains lead. And with this, it's just one mains lead, there's no power bricks nowadays. 4 sockets, but the power output of this, which is just over 2000 watts, or in boost, I think goes up to about 3000. That's divided by the 4 of those, but there are 4 on there, and they're on this angle so you can get everything plugged in at the same time. Small barrel connectors there, 12 volts, and the obligatory 12 volt cigarette socket plug at the bottom. Will actually take up to 1000 watts of solar as well, and it's super fast charging. I think it takes over 1000 watts from AC when you're charging it. There is a Black Friday sale on at the moment, and I think there's something like 300 quid off a Ecoflow Delta 2 Max, this unit, and there's offers on most of their products as well. So as normal, in the description there'll be a link, and you can have a look through that, and you can see all the specifications, the size, everything I haven't told you. Google the product as well. Look across YouTube at all the other videos. There's some really technical videos out there that go into all the technical information that I haven't covered. But I like to look at the practicalities of using these. I'm interested partly in the technical information, but it's how can they be used and how useful they are and how they can be set up, which hopefully I've done in this video. There is also an app for this unit, and it works on all the power units from Ecoflow. It's the same app, and you just link your devices in, and that's how you can do software updates for these, or you can use the Bluetooth as well. So you can actually strap this in a garage of a camper van or in a boat out the way and use all the remote controls that you have on the app through Bluetooth or through the internet to switch things on and monitor your power supply in and out as part of it. So as you'll have seen, as I've been going through the video, I've been putting all the specs of the Delta 2 Max in the video in text, and there has been links for the 2 other videos that I've done about this unit, particularly the installation of this, the alternator charger, which we're going to talk about giving away in a minute. But if you can't find those links, check the description. I'll put links in there so you can see how this was fitted and how this worked. But this here is the real game changer. That is a fantastic piece of kit. It works perfectly well. They've sold thousands of them, and I know lots of people that have got them that are really happy with them. But the game changer, particularly in the UK now, is to be able to charge that from the vehicle using a device like this, the alternator charger. And this basically takes the power from the vehicle's alternator via the vehicle battery, puts it into a Ecoflow product. And there is a list, when you look at what this will charge, there is a list on the Ecoflow website that shows you all the products that they can charge. It's the majority of the ones that have the expandable batteries in sockets in the side. This one's slightly different. There's a few of these coming out now, and this one's slightly different because you can only use this with Ecoflow products because it uses that link up plug. And this one also does something different, which enables you with the app on this to take the power from this or whichever Ecoflow unit you've got back to your vehicle battery to trickle charge that battery, which is quite unique about this one. So in one way, this is limited because it only works with Ecoflow, but if that's all you've got, that's all you've got, which is fine. The advantage is this one will trickle charge the vehicle battery if it's flat. So if you're camping in your camper van, middle of nowhere, you left the lights on, the vehicle battery's dead or it's on its last legs and you need to get some more power in it to get it started, to get it warmed up to move, you can actually transfer the power from your power unit, being an Ecoflow power unit, through this unit back to the actual vehicle battery. But all that is in that other video. And how to win this giveaway? It's our usual process, and yes, this will be announced in our Christmas video. This Christmas video is going to be quite a long one. We've got quite a few products we're giving away, and we give those away back to say thank you all for your lovely comments, all the thumbs up you give us, and for following us and staying with us and subscribing to my channel. I love doing YouTube videos. I enjoy it. I find it entertaining, and I like to give some back to you all. So this here will be given out to a subscriber. The subscriber of this channel needs to be in the UK, and all you have to do, as normal, use the words "I want one" in the comments of this video, or randomly pick one in our Christmas video. We'll show you the slide of the winner's comment, and we'll arrange the posting to get this quite heavy unit out to you. It's got all the cables and everything else. It is the one that I used in the previous video to set up in here, so it's been unboxed, but it's all as new. It's only been used a couple of times in the vehicle to test it and to make sure it's okay to do the video. So there's another giveaway for you. Lots more videos to come, so if you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. And there's lots of back videos, probably from the last 2 or 3 months, that we've got lots of giveaways that are all going to be announced in our Christmas video. And that just leaves me to say thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.